Hello humans. Today I wanted to talk about why so many Scandinavian companies have neck knives. So first and foremost, let's start out with what exactly is a Scandinavian country. So Scandinavia represents that area in Western Europe comprising of Finland, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and I think it technically also has Iceland and Greenland. So sort of where Vikings are from, that northern weird people area. Um, I say as a Danish Canadian, yay. But so that part of the world that is most notable for being cold and wet. And those two things are really important in answering the question of why so many Scandinavian companies have neck knives. So if you're from North America, specifically Canada, you're thinking northern Alberta, northern provinces sort of area, especially like northern Quebec or more southern areas of the territories. So think around like Providence, Fort Providence, or even arguably Yellowknife and Whitehorse. So sort of that colder, wetter part of the provinces, especially where there still is significant trees, but there's also extreme cold for a large portion of the year. And when you're living in an environment that is both cold and wet, it's very, very important to be able to bundle on layers. And this ability to sort of bundle on layers means that you're going to be wearing overcoats and some type of overpants material, normally made out of seal skin or some type of animal hide that is water repellent. And the reason behind this is that if water can stay on your body in extreme cold temperatures, it's going to freeze and sap your strength out of your body as you try and stay warm, which makes you less efficient and can potentially lead to, hyperthermia and death, which we try to avoid. So you're dealing with big, heavy clothing. And that normally means that you're not going to have access to pockets or belts, right, which go around your waist. Your waist is covered by your coat, so on and so forth. Whereas Canadian and North American indigenous groups, what they used to do is they used to wear a belt over their coats. That's not something you saw so much in Scandinavia, where you normally just see massive coats being put on. And in those sort of more rural cold environments, it's very important to have access to your knife. It's essential for stuff like fire making, shelter making, hunting, gutting, any type of food preparation. Having access to your knife is extremely important in survival environments. And extremely cold, rural, not even rural, pure wilderness, really, environments are survival environments always. Hardline. And as a result, the ability to access and use your knife is exponentially more important. And so you end up with a lot of Scandinavian people carrying neck knives. So the two examples I have here are the Morniv Eldris and the Hellenknives Ketten. And the reason why these are neck knives, first and foremost, with the Morniv, it's got this lanyard loop, and it also has a loop on the knife, depending on how you want to carry it. This loop right here can be strung up onto a necklace to dangle on your front. This Hellenknives has this loop. I'm currently using it for a lanyard, but it can also be used, and it actually comes with a leather cord necklace that you're supposed to wear this on. So you wear this sort of like a pendant on your chest, and you'd wear this outside of your coat. So it would be sort of where a zipper would be on a modern coat. A lot of older style coats are more like ponchos or button coats. So you don't have that in the same way. So what you have instead is a lot of space to put a pendant on the front where it's not interacting, or maybe it is interacting with the zipper and it just doesn't matter as much. And having it more accessible, having it on the outside of your clothing, somewhere where you can actually reach, means that you don't need to do things like move your coat. And it's very, very important to remember that if you have to move your coat, you're exposing a spot for cold air and moisture to get underneath your clothing, soaking your clothing, making you colder faster, and potentially, in extreme cases, leading to death, especially if you're out on the land for longer periods of time. Having a knife on the outside of your body is so much more useful and more accessible for everyday situations, which is why you're going to find a lot of Scandinavian companies making neck knives, particularly survival-focused neck knives with durable, straight back designs that will keep you alive in an emergency situation. And obviously there are more than these two examples. These are just the two that I have on hand right now. So yeah, if you're ever wondering why Scandinavian countries seem to have just so many neck knives, there's your answer. Stay safe and have fun out there, guys. Peace.